Yeah, but I want to go back to the wash. How was it like on set when y'all was shooting that?
The wash was, when I tell you some of the most fun I've ever had, the wash was just, when I tell you it was a party and it was comedy. Remember I told you how I don't smoke weed, but when I'm around Snoop, I kind of have to smoke weed? It's been that way for 25 years, me and Edu. By the way, shout out Snoop Dogg, just turned 54 on Monday. His birthday was off the chain. He had the craziest party. He's a Libra, I'm a Libra. His birthday's October 20th. Mine is October 19th. But they wanted him to use fake weed for the movie. So everybody else didn't get high. Man, you think Snoop listened to that? Everybody was high on the set. The makeup lady, the craft services, the lighting, the sound, everything. Snoop. I always say if you cut Snoop open, he'll bleed green. It was so fun doing that movie, man. And DJ Pooh, hell of a director. Him and Dre worked good together. There were so many cameos in it too. Ludacris, Exhibit, rest in peace, Lamont Bentley was in it. You know what I mean? Shaq. It was crazy, man. It was a party. It was a party, and it was always the women were always around, and I was single at that time. So yeah, it was like, and cut. I'm gonna be up in my room, guys. Call me into 510, whatever you need. I'll be upstairs. Yeah. I used to call it ass. I used to call it ass services instead of crafts services. Yeah. So you know what I did on my breaks. What was your question?
Lamont Bentley, you brought him up earlier. I want to ask you about him. How was your relationship with Lamont Bentley? And if I'm not mistaken, you two was on Moesha, right?
Exactly. He was my boy. Rest in peace, Lamont. We really got tight. What was crazy is I did some episodes of Moesha. We were cool, but we were like in the same young black Hollywood scene in the 90s. So we partied with a lot of the same people and a lot of the same chicks. So me and him got close because he happened to be messing with a chick and I was messing around with her homegirl and they were roommates. So I would see that dude 3-4 times a week, just ended up at the apartment back in the day. And we got close from that. You know what I mean? But we were young, having a whole lot of fun. And he was really a talented dude. He reminded me a lot of Tupac, rest in peace. Like those dudes that are like thugs and kind of like gangsters, but they're really intelligent and really smart. And like whatever he put his hands on or whatever he did, he was great at. That's kind of how Pac was also. So yeah, rest in peace, Lamont. Lamont was a cool dude, man. Real cool dude.
He was a street dude.
He was from Milwaukee. A lot of people didn't know that.
Nice, man.
He grew up around a lot of pimps, gangsters, and hustlers. And he was no, so it wasn't like LA street dudes. He wasn't, gang banging or nothing like that. But his lifestyle and the kind of stuff he was into, yeah, like for real, for real. It was like Hollywood was just the job to support some other real, gangster stuff he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that. I mean, most people they look at him as Hakeem on Moesha, like a TV show character. But yeah, he was really about that life, huh?
Oh yeah, Lamont was a real one. I mean, in fact, he got into some mess the night. I mean, I told you, basically, Dr. Dre bought my first house. Thank you, Dr. Dre, by the way. First house. So I'd had a housewarming party when I bought that first house. And man, Lamont came by the crib that night. He brought like 10 or 11 girls with him. And it got crazy and out of hand. People end up getting thrown into the pool and all kind of craziness. The cops came and I'm in an all-white neighborhood. I'm like, damn, it would be. I'm the only black dude in the neighborhood. The night I get here, the popo show up to my house because people are wilding in my backyard boogie / housewarming. But yeah, he was a real one. He was a real one.
He got into it with the cops.
No, he didn't get into it with the cops. It was the stuff that was going on at the party. You know how that is. I don't know if you know how it is. If you the only black person in an all-white neighborhood and the music's bumping loud and they see smoke and it gets real crazy and people out on the front lawn, they all over the place. And I'm pretty sure the housing association didn't want me there after that night. a bunch of drunk black folks. It lit, it turned up. You know what I'm saying? So, but it worked out. It worked out though.
What was your reaction to his passing?
It was tough. I was at the funeral. The way it happened, car accident, and I mean, I hate to sound so cliche, but for those of us that knew him, I really mean when I say gone too soon. You know what I mean? That dude, he loved fast cars. He was literally like the fast lane. Like we were all young, and I was like, dude, like when I would roll with him, slow down. Like, dude, I'm young too, but I got an audition tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I'm shooting a video tomorrow. I need you to slow down. And you know what? You need to put your seatbelt on. Like that, I felt like I was his big brother. He was just a dude kind of like living on the edge.
I can see that.
He really lived life fast. And he enjoyed it while he was here. You know what I mean? So
I can see he had a little bit of edge to him, Akeem. I didn't know he was from. I didn't know he was from Milwaukee though. I thought he was from, cause he kind of carried himself. I mean, I guess because of the, like most of the stuff that he was in, he pretty much played like a LA dude. You know what I'm saying? I remember him playing on Moesha, Hakeem. That was set in South Central. People don't know that. That was set in Moesha was set in South Central LA. So and then the way he talked, the way he carried himself on that show, I thought he was from LA this whole time. And then also was the movie he played Crazy K. Y'all remember the movie Tales from the Hood? He played Crazy K, which was he's pretty much playing like a Crip, and he carried himself like an LA dude. What's the other movie? He played in something else too. But he pretty much played like LA cats. So I just assumed that he was from LA, but he's from Milwaukee. Huh. That's crazy. I wonder, was he born in Milwaukee or did he just come out here to act and then, yeah, I would never would have thought that he was from Milwaukee. I never would have thought that. I thought he was from I thought he was going to say he grew up with him or something like, because Alex Thomas is from LA. I thought he was going to be like, oh, I grew up with that cat. He's from such and such as 103rd. And you know what I'm saying? But he's way from Milwaukee. Huh. Did not know that. Did not know that. I used to like, he played Crazy. What else did he play in? He played, one of his first roles, he played a bully on Family Matters. Well, he would give Urkel a wedgie and then stick him in the locker. But then he ended up getting cancer. And then Urkel through some type of drive to help him pay for the treatment to cure his cancer, to get him back well. And he ended up surviving the cancer. And I remember the scene. He said, "Hey man, I was cruel to you. Why you help me?" You know what I'm saying? I remember that was one of his first roles he played in. But that was on Family Matters. That was like in 1990 or some shit like that. I was like in the 6th grade. Anyway, what do y'all think about this video, man? Shout out to Art of Dialogue. Leave your comments and subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button.